Hey there, it has been a while, I think 3 weeks since I was able to get to some updates. Obviously a lot going on here in the month of August. It is the end of August, it's the 31st, 2/3 of the way through the year. Is that right? We got 4 months left. Yes, something like that. And boy, camp was great. I'll talk about that a little bit more. Want to just, first of all, I got to get back to getting comfortable in front of the camera. Let me try it again. Okay, that's coming back too. Working on some new ideas for songs. I hope everybody got a chance to take a look at the little blurb I put up with Peter White talking about how On the Border changed his life and how Alan Parsons taught him how to be a studio musician and only play when you're needed. Don't play all the way through. Anyway, hope you guys get a chance to check that out. And what else has been going on? Let's talk about some of the songs that people have done lately, because over the last few weeks we've had something I messed with. Max has been doing a bunch of like instrumentals. We had a little instrumental version of Isn't She Lovely? We had Beethoven. Way too dissonant for something written in the 19th century. Actually beautiful, of course. Let's see, and then he had Amazing Grace a few weeks ago too. So Max is kind of getting into the whole arranging thing, and the Stevie Wonder song, another great example of taking a nice cool chord progression and melody and piecing them together. So that's what Max has been working on. I of course was doing Carpenter stuff. And Vanessa is like on her oldies kick. Doesn't make a bad instrumental either. So that was, of course, her lesson on Love Me Tender. This can be just a very simple strumming song with, of course, Elvis's great voice just singing it. What else do we have? Uh-oh. I think the key this is in is not a good finger-picking one. Let me think about this. Here's what's running through my head. Just a quick little thing. I was about to try to tackle Hello, Mary Lou. And my first thought is, do it in C. Then I realized it starts on the 5th. Not look like a very friendly key, way the heck up the neck. Because in C, the 5th is G, which would either be 3rd string open or the high, or of course up here. And that's either going to put it too low, maybe not so bad. Anyway, it does kind of work, but I'm going to try it in G because G has the 5th, D, right in the middle of my range of high strings. Let's see how that works. Okay, so it works better in G, I think. So maybe we'll get around to an instrumental version of that to add to her lesson somewhere down the line. The list is getting very long, but let's see. What else did I want to talk about today? I guess I got to talk a little bit about camp, because camp was ended about 2 weeks ago now, I think, right? A week and a half. It was the 21st was the last day. And we had a blast at Asilomar. I hope some people are still thinking about joining us. We had Max Rich really became part of the family. He was only there for half the time, but he captivated people with some cool lessons on techniques and songs. And so anyway, we are planning on having Max back full-time next year. Everybody else kind of did their normal thing. We had Jim Bruno running vocal lessons the whole time. We had Vanessa running her sing-along class every day, and certainly helping out with the open mic every night. And we had and doing some private lessons, and Doug was doing private lessons. Wait, I'm not calling them private lessons anymore because they're open to the public. They're public lessons. New term, public lessons. That's what individual instruction with somebody else hanging around, or with anybody else that wants to hang around. Dave did his performance workshop and songwriting class, and everybody, the amount that people have grown over the years is just dazzling. So Doug had some of his did his cool finger picking in alternate tuning stuff, and really helped out with the board. New sound system, everybody sounded great. We hope to have some videos up pretty soon. And the biggest surprise, or one of the coolest things for me, was got to meet somebody that you all know one way or another, and that's our tech savvy Jamila. She was just a joy. She got up there and even played a song with Jeff. Anyway, so Jamila came out and borrowed a guitar. I want to thank Bart for loaning a guitar to the occasion. We had a few of our European folks who were traveling up and down the state, and Bart sent them with a guitar, which should be back in Bart's hands by now. It's supposed to be delivered today. I hope that all went well by the time everybody sees this. But yeah, I want to thank Bart for donating. Bart didn't make it to camp this year, but his GS Mini did. So that was as close as we could get. Hopefully that'll change next year. Let's see. I think we are making plans for next year. Probably going to move it a little bit later into September, probably closer to the later part of September, because the California coast, there's a bunch of reasons, but the California coast is pretty socked in July and August. And in April and September, May to and October, it's usually really nice. So if anybody's thinking about it, our window is probably moving out of August into the middle towards the end of September. So just way too early to be thinking about it. We're not even sure we can pull it off again. It ends up being a lot of work, but we're going to try. Let's see. I think that is it. What did I play at camp this year? I played a little Pat Metheny stuff. I did. Every night we started the open mic where I'd get up and play. I was up for maybe 10 minutes, play a song, talk about what was going on the next day and that night, and then we would get to the feature attraction, which is all the students getting up and playing a song. So that's really part of the focus of what has happened with camp now. We had special guests. Richard Hoover, Santa Cruz Guitar Company, came out and was captivating. So we'll have some of that video up in the near future too for people to share a lot of it with people. So I think that is about it for today. Working on a couple of let me see what's coming up next week in the lesson count. Look at that same chord progression. Same thing we just heard in Okay, back to the drawing board. I gotta go relearn that song. I have so much practicing to do. I've been barely playing the guitar because of everything else that has happened. Had to do a little traveling right after camp too, unfortunately. But back on track. September we will get. Oh, Labor Day is coming up. Anyway, we will be pumping out some new tunes and have some new special deals kind of coming up for everybody. So tease you more about that a little bit later. Okay. Hope everybody has a nice, relaxing holiday weekend and gets some time to pick up the guitar.